This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Well, good day. I'm Elena Rusk. We begin with your homicide tracker and an investigation out of Rosamond. The sheriff's office saying deputies responded to reports of a shooting at a home just before 8 p.m. last night in the Desert City. When deputies arrived, they found one person who they say appeared to be the victim of a violent assault. We have reached out to the sheriff's office for more information, but have not yet heard back on confirmed details. And an investigation is underway after a person was killed in a crash involving several vehicles on Highway 58 yesterday. It happened about 3:45 in the afternoon on westbound 58 at Chester Avenue here in the heart of town. At least 3 semi-trucks were involved, with one vehicle reportedly catching fire. Now, it's not immediately clear what caused that crash or whether anyone else was injured. Well, Zingo's, the truck stop diner with a faithful clientele that once included singer Merle Haggard, is closing. But there is some good news. It'll be opening right back up. Property owner Mike Banducci tells 17 News that Zingo's owner, Lindy Humphrey, asked to get out of her lease a few years early so she could retire, and he accepted. Banducci says he's close to finalizing a lease with a new tenant that he's not ready to identify yet. Zingo's will close on Sunday, and then after renovations are completed, it will reopen May 1st. The adjacent bar, which has a separate management, will not be affected by this change. Zingo's, with its distinctive neon sign, opened on what was then Pierce Road in 1965, alongside the brand new Highway 99 freeway. Well, Baskin-Robbins is giving chicken and waffle lovers a new way to enjoy that famous duo. Just launched Chicken and Waffles ice cream, featuring buttermilk waffle flavored ice cream with crispy chicken and waffle flavored bites. Gross. Topped with bourbon maple syrup flavored swirl. But the company does say the ice cream doesn't actually contain any real chicken, so not gross. I stand corrected. Well, making news around the state, the severe winter weather that slammed our state this week left several California mountain communities seeking help. Now that Governor Gavin Newsom has proclaimed a state of emergency for impacted counties, officials say help is on the way. The governor's proclamation includes 13 counties, including Kern, Tulare, Sierra, LA, and San Bernardino. The Cal OES says the declaration has allowed the state to quickly deploy resources, including the California Guard, Caltrans road crews, and private companies to accelerate snow removal.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
Alex Murdaugh was sentenced to life in prison. A South Carolina jury found him guilty in the fatal shootings of his wife Margaret and their son Paul. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest from outside the courthouse.
Well, for the first time in the 6 weeks of this trial, Alex Murdaugh walked into the courtroom in a khaki prison jumpsuit, in shackles, a convicted murderer. The brief hearing for sentencing began with the prosecution again echoing their request for life in prison for Murdaugh. And then for the defense, Murdaugh himself addressed first the court and then the judge, maintaining his innocence, saying that he would never do anything to hurt his wife Maggie or his son Paul. The judge spoke directly to Murdaugh during the sentencing, outlining his family's long, prominent history in the county, even talking about having to remove his great-grandfather's picture from the back of the courthouse. He said that the Murdaugh family had really controlled justice in this area for decades. And then he asked questions about Murdaugh's testimony, specifically what he meant when he said from the witness stand, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave." Murdaugh responding, saying that once he started to lie, he continued to lie. Next, the judge announced his decision, life in prison on both murder counts. He also referred to the fact that Murdaugh is not done with the justice system, that he has more than 90 cases still pending, embezzlement cases, stealing millions he's accused of from family, friends, clients, and that's something that will continue to play its way through the court system. In fact, this judge says that he will preside over many of those cases. But for now, this case has ended. 2 consecutive life in prison sentences for Alec Murdaugh in the murders of his wife and son. That's the latest from here outside the courthouse. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
And tonight, an all-new Dateline featuring the latest as this trial has now concluded for Alec Murdaugh, as insiders close to the family speak out for the first time to NBC News. That's tonight at 9, right here on KGET. All right, now let's talk about some news around the state. The highly anticipated bullet train connecting Southern California to Las Vegas is finally a go. Construction on the $10 billion 218-mile route will begin this year after the route's investor, Brightline, reached an agreement with a coalition of 13 labor unions. The journey would cut travel time in half from that of a car, be completely emission-free, and create 35,000 jobs plus another 1,000 permanent jobs. SoCal residents would pick the train up in San Bernardino and make 4 stops in Victor Valley, Hesperia, Apple Valley, and Rancho Cucamonga before then arriving at the Strip. The project should be ready by 2026 or 2027. Okay, well, also happening today, many schools continue celebrating Read Across America Day. 17's Maddie Jansen and I had the joy of reading our favorite books to a couple classrooms today. This annual celebration of children's books is centered around the birthday of Dr. Seuss, of course, a man whose influence is still with us more than 30 years after his death. And here to tell us more about how his silly rhymes help spread a love for literacy is 17's Robert Price.
The turquoise wigs and red striped top hats came out of the closet Thursday in celebration of that master of preschool poetry, Dr. Seuss, and the movement he inspired. It was National Read Across America Day, an annual event created by the National Education Association. The simple idea, celebrate reading.
But the rooster slept soundly too.
Read Across America was observed in many local schools, including Edison Preschool and the Beale Memorial Library. Gabrielle Adame, who is with the United Way of Kern County, one of the local sponsors, said the event wasn't just for fun.
We have seen data where if parents and caregivers are really involved in the students' reading and education at a young age, that will benefit their high school and college educations.
Tracy Wheat of the Early Childhood Council of Kern said it's all about laying a foundation.
It's amazing to know the impact we have. We know that literacy not only helps language, it helps promote reading later on, but for these young children, especially our toddlers, we're helping build social interactions with librarians, we're helping with peers as well, we're helping build math, science, we're really helping them understand their home language, whether it's English or Spanish. We're really building into our community the importance of literacy.
What can you as an adult do? Get caught reading. Children imitate what they see the adults around them do. Whether they see you read a magazine, a newspaper, or a novel, let them know that reading is the cool thing to do. Also, read to them and have them read to you. You might even sit down together and write a book. If you have the time, you might write it in rhyme. Bad poetry, like bad mime, is a minor and forgivable crime. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.